Hello, my name is Dr. Bill Teahan, and I'm the postgraduate lead for the School of Computer Science and Electronic Engineering at Bangor University. Today we're going to talk about the Generalist Master's programs. So in front of us here we have the web page for the School of Computer Science and Electronic Engineering at Bangor, and to go and find out what programs we teach at postgraduate level, we click on Postgraduate Study, and then we can scroll down and we'll see a number of choices. There's PhDs and Masters by Research, but there's also MSc for the taught program. We click on that, and then we see various programs available there. Some of them are mainly computer science, some of them are electronic engineering. So the three we're going to talk about in this video is the generalist programs. They are the programs that are available for students who have at least a third in an undergraduate degree. So these three are the computing program, the Computing for Data Science program, and the Rise of the Machines program. So we're going to look at each of those in turn. And so you can click on these and drill down and find out more information about each of these. So that's what we'll do now. So for the computing program, there's an overview. It's a general, as it says, it's a Generalist MSc program. It provides a route into computer science and related careers. So if you have any of these generalist programs, if you have an undergraduate degree, at least a third or equivalent, then you meet the entry requirements for that degree. The idea is to you may want to upskill yourself, learn about computer science and data science and AI and so forth, machine learning, and then you might then go back into your other career, other subject of interest, or you might continue on in the computing field. So this just provides you with an opportunity, especially in the current climate, an opportunity to take your academic qualifications forward. So just to emphasize the point about the entry requirements, if you click on entry requirement down here, you will see that a recognized undergraduate degree at third class minimum or international equivalent. So if you've passed your undergraduate degree in any discipline, doesn't have to be computing, then you are eligible to enter these any of these three courses that I'm going to talk about in this video. So let's go back to the overview, so the course content, to give you a list of the subjects for the computing degree. So it is an MSc degree in computing, and these are the subjects. So you can see there's artificial intelligence, game design, computing and network security, database systems, and so on. It gives you an introduction to the subject right across the board, and the idea of the program is to help you bridge the gap up to the master's level in a one-year program. So it doesn't assume anything, no prior knowledge of computing or programming. You see there's a introduction to programming module there. If you've got as I've said, an undergraduate degree in any discipline apart from computing, then you're eligible for these three programs. If you have a computing degree, if it's more than a 2.2 or above, then you should be going on to our advanced computer science specialist programs. But these three particular programs are aimed at students who want to bridge the gap and upskill themselves, learn about computing so they can apply it in their own subject area, as I said, or actually change their career if they say want to. So these are the modules that you have a choice from, and you see down, if you scroll on down here, you'll see a computing modules here. So if we click on that, we will see more information about the modules that are being taught on this program. So we have Introduction to Programming in the first semester, Ethics, Data and Security also in the first semester. These are 20 credit modules, as in all of these except for the individual project that will run in the third semester. So each of these programs have 3 20 credit modules each semester, so there's 6 20 credit modules, or 120 credits in total, plus the individual project that will run in the third semester over the summer. So if you want to learn more about each of these modules, say Introduction to Programming, you can click on that and you can drill down and find out more information about the course content, the aims and purpose, assessment criteria, assessment methods, and so forth. So let's look at the overall aims and purpose for this programming module. It's a module that I teach. So it gives you an introduction to Python specifically, and the idea is to provide introduction to programming, including algorithms and language processes, data types, and so on. And if you want to see the assessment, well, the learning outcomes first, design and build complex systems using a range of programming techniques, give the ability to select program structures and features of programming language and write programs, and adhere to the specific style and documentation guidelines. So if you want to see how that might be assessed, you can then look at assessment methods, and you can see that this particular module that I teach is completely 100% coursework. So there's a mini project with 60% over here, and there's a laboratory's worth 40%. So if we go back, then that's the full list of modules. You can see that there's quite a number of optional modules that you can choose from. There's core modules, there's 2 of them, research methods and study skills, and the individual project, but you have to choose 2 specific modules. In the first semester, these 2, obviously you need an introduction to programming, so that's compulsory module that you have to take in the first semester, and also ethics, data, and security. So and then you get to choose optional credits either in the first, running across both semesters, or in one semester or the other, and you have quite a large choice of options that you can choose from. So that's the core generalist program, the computing program, and then there's another program called Computing for Data Science, which is focused specifically on data science. We'll go back to School of Computer Science, welcome Postgraduate Studies, and then MSc, as we did before. So we've already looked at Computing Program. Now we'll look at Computing for Data Science Program, and then we'll go on and look at the Rise of the Machines Program. So the Computing for Data Science Program is a very interesting and topical, up-to-date program that will give you skills in data science and machine learning and so on. It's a very strong focus on data analysis, and it will provide you with pathways to digital data literacy skills. And it will unlock a wide range of data economy careers. So we can look at the course content, and there's less modules, as you can see here, but there's modules that weren't in the computing program, but now specifically geared for the Computing for Data Science program. So you can see there's one module that wasn't in the previous program, the information visualization program module. Sorry. So we could let's have a look at that module to see what that is about. Information visualization. It's running both semesters, and we can look at the overall aims and purposes. It focuses on the use of visualization techniques, and so some of the state-of-the-art techniques. Bangor's doing a lot of research in this area, in visualization, world-leading research, and by coming to Bangor, you'll be able to take advantage of that. So how do you visualize the data, whether it's scientific data or non-scientific? How can you present it to a user of a system in such a way that it becomes the patterns and the important information, the information that's interesting, suddenly becomes readily apparent or more apparent than if it was just a simple graph or a simple spreadsheet. So the idea here is to teach you about all these latest design techniques. So the learning outcomes, critically evaluate different techniques, apply them, evaluate and develop different design solutions, look at different aspects of data, identifying, analyzing, and evaluating components, and then selecting the appropriate iteration techniques for a particular context. So, and the teaching and learning strategy. So there's, in this particular module, there are 24 hours of timetabled lectures. There's a laboratory, and one per week. These laboratories would normally run for 1 or more hours per week. That's where you were in the lab with demonstrators and the lecturer, where you can have help, one-to-one help on how to, on the lectures, on the exercises that you've been provided, how to work on your assignment, and so forth. And then it's expected that a lot of the work is in private study is required to understand the theory and work on the assignments and coursework and so forth. So that's the Computing for Data Science program. And so the final program we're going to look at is the Rise of the Machines program. So again, we'll go to postgraduate courses, and so this very unique program is a collaboration with the School of Psychology. So you've got a combination of artificial intelligence and machine learning modules combined with some very interesting modules from the School of Psychology, so cognitive psychology and neuroscience. So the idea is that the title for the program, The Rise of the Machines, is that robots, and not necessarily just robots, AI and smart computers, smart apps on your phone and so forth, this is all going to proceed very, very quickly. There's going to be a wide range of developments in the next 20, 30, 40 years, and there's a huge number of opportunities for careers. The purpose of this program is to upskill maybe someone with psychology undergraduate degree or linguistics undergraduate degree, or perhaps they weren't able to make the a 2-2 level. Then they can choose this program and learn skills in two fields. That's computer science with a focus on AI and machine learning, and psychology. So we can look at the course content, and we can see that some of the modules that you've already seen in the other two programs, ethics, data and security, introduction to programming, machine learning and analytics, crops up here as well. but there's also the psychology modules, methods of cognition and brain research, applied neuroscience, and so on. Now, there isn't a link from the page here to each of these individual modules, as was the case for the purely computer science programs. So in order to find out more about each of these modules, for example, let's look at applied methods in cognition and brain research. So we copy that and then go to Google and paste it, methods in cognition and brain research, and we type in Bangor as another keyword. And you can do this for the other modules as well if you want to go via Google to find the information about each of the modules. And here it is here, module PPP, that's the psychology code, fourth year, master's level, methods in cognition and brain research at Bangor. So, and you can see that once you've clicked on that, you'll come to pages that we've seen before. So it says it's run by the School of Psychology, it's 20 credits, it's running in semester 1, and that's the organizer, Dr. Ayelet Sapir. And overall aims and purpose is introduce students to the foundations of cognitive neuroscience and providing examples from selected topics in cognition and brain. So it sounds like a very, very interesting module. So my area of expertise is in artificial intelligence and machine learning and data mining. So a module like this would be very, very interesting for myself. And so we can look at the course content and so specific examples, and it provides specific examples in selected areas of cognition and neuroscience and so on. And the learning outcomes, able to critically evaluate the strengths and limitations of different research techniques to study brain behavior, relationships, discuss and evaluate current models, and succinctly summarized specific topics in writing. So, and the assessment methods is, there's no exam, but there's 2 major essays. There's a wiki project and there's a final essay. They're both worth 40% each. And then there's an individual presentation at the end of it worth 20%. So, so that summarizes the 3 main programs that we're covering in this video here. We'll just go back to the computer science, and welcome to computer science, and you'll find all this again under postgraduate courses under our main webpage for this school. And just again to summarize, these are the 3 programs that allow you, as computing for data science, and Rise of the Machines. These are the 3 programs that allow a student with an undergraduate degree in a non-computing discipline, and they can have a 3rd class degree or higher in order to meet the entry requirements for the program. Okay, thank you for your time.